What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 40 of the Bo Show podcast. My name is host Jordan Wolinsky, aka Bo, and alongside me today are the boys, as per usual, especially recently. Boys are hitting a bit of a hot streak here. This week, we're going to start off with a well-deserved first intro, Mr. Brock Thompson.
Give it to me. How are we doing?
We're doing good, Brock. We're doing good.
Good to see you, boys.
Better than our other co-host, Mr. Devin Pierce.
How's it going, boys?
Mike was in Seattle.
Good to see you guys.
Holy,
Seattle. What's that mean?
Are you calling in from Guatemala with that time lag?
Yeah, I'm over there doing some ministry.
Well, Pierce, we actually, for everyone listening right now, we just got off about a 20-minute delay here to start the podcast because Pierce, you just got a mic online.
Yeah.
You're super pumped. You know, the boys would join in on the call and just to find out that your port that's supposed to go into your laptop is actually a headphone jack, and now you're
So that's what came on it. So it's like I am using what is put in the box to use, and it's not working. So explain that to me.
Well, I will
It's
explain because even if you did get a USB, according to
It
you,
still
it
wouldn't
wouldn't
work?
fit. So
Why?
because you have the new computer.
Yeah, I have the port for the middle of that.
Oh,
Like
you have the
little-
adapter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So then maybe it would.
It would have.
I'll figure it out by next
So-
Monday.
I don't believe you.
This doesn't work.
anyway.
I'm shoving it up my ass
Anyway.
because I'm done with it. It's
And we'll do it on Zoom.
Anyway, there it is. Anyway,
Shoving it up.
Pierce, it's so funny. Like, we've been going at this for like almost a year.
So funny.
Yeah, I'm getting a mic. No, I'm getting a mic. Yeah, I'll get a
Yeah.
mic. Finally gets the mic, and it doesn't work. Anyway, you're gonna have it figured out. I know that it should come to fruition, work out. It's all good.
I hope.
It's good, boys. No matter what, it's just good to have all
I
three
just
of us
need my friends
together.
to help me.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's just good to have all three of us together, boys. Doesn't matter. I mean, Mike is going to be a bonus Pierce for next week's podcast. And now the fans, everyone knows that you actually have it. They know you're faithful. And so they're going to be super pumped for it. It's great, man. Seriously, that's awesome. Guys, listen, before we continue, follow us, check us out, all episodes. Okay, today's episode 40. We're going to be going over that in a sec. But visit us on thebowshow.ca, Instagram, at the Bo Show, baby. Give us a follow. We're posting stuff on there, all the newest updates. And newest, okay, the big hit over the last week has been the merch site, thebowshow.shop. Okay, you can check us out on there for all kind of Bo Show merchandise. That was a big deal. I mean, last week we had the big drop. We announced that the bowshow.shop merch website was now available. By the way, the link, if you moheads forget it, it's in our Instagram bio on the Bo Show page. You just click on there, go right there. We threw that out there last week, dropped it last Tuesday, and they've been a hit. Specifically, the undies have been a hit. Okay, I know all the fellas are love seeing my mug right on the tip of their crotch. I mean, and then you look on the back, and you got Pierce on one butt cheek, and you got Brock on the other butt cheek, and you got my mouth just mucking your butthole. I mean, how could undies get any better than that?
It's just pure insanity.
It is. It's literally nuts.
It's literally nuts.
I would hit the floor if I saw that in the store. I walked into like an Old Navy or an H&M.
Well,
cry.
It's actually funny. Right now, we got potential contracts going with H&M, Walmart, and Saks.
Walmart. I can see Walmart. I can see Walmart.
Walmart. I could see Walmart too. Maybe Target, but maybe not. Bo going on Shark Tank with those undies.
Wait. Can you give us an actual number on how many items you've sold?
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, so I mean, and this is consider this a bonus for you guys, for everyone, because I mean, generally speaking, you don't release your sales.
Well, you don't have to do it per item. You can just do total general.
I won't. But I'll speak in terms of orders. We've had in total for orders, and remember, some orders are multiple. We've had between 20 to 25 orders.
Wow.
So
that's awesome.
That's sick.
So
yeah,
people,
kinda.
Yeah. So people are enjoying it. They're loving it. I mean, also you got to think about this. This is my justification. Everyone's broke right now because they can't work because of the COVID thing or whatever. So once people start making bank in, I mean, the business is going to blow up.
The undies kill me.
Well, wait.
I can't believe it.
Canada's giving out money left and right though to the guys, right?
Oh yeah, they're giving out the curb. They call it the curb.
They're
So
printing that monopoly money up there.
yeah, and it's just like free money for everyone. They just encourage you. If you don't reapply for it the next month, they just send it to you.
Yeah.
Thinking that you
Really?
you probably need it anyway.
Canada's gross.
I mean, if for all of our Canadians, if you can't spend $30 of your $2,000 CERB if you're on it, just to get a good pair of Gitch. I mean, ladies, buy the Gitch and use it for a pair of Spankies. When you go to the beach or something like that.
Do you have like women's underwear?
We're thinking of creating some. There's
Okay.
definitely an opportunity for bathing suits, lingerie.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Lingerie.
Yeah. So we're gonna.
Hey, bro, I remember
Yeah.
that looking at you. If everyone can see it.
So we're
No,
thinking
no.
so we're thinking about it. I mean, there's really endless opportunities for us. I've been thinking about reaching out to some suppliers for, like you just said, bathing wear and whatnot.
Victoria's
To see if we
Secret.
can, yeah, Victoria's Secret. There's some options. So we'll keep you updated. Nonetheless, check out the merch site. Get yourself something. Treat yourself, guys. Today's episode 40. It's unbelievable to think that this journey, the journey that we're on right now for the Bo Show podcast, started 1 year ago, just over about a year ago.
Really?
Yeah. Well, sorry, about 2 years ago. Yeah.
I was
2
gonna
years.
say.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm only a year off. Time flies when you're having fun. Literally, though.
First episode was October 5th, 2018.
There you go. So yeah,
Just over a year ago today.
Gotta love it.
Can you imagine me as a
I've been
sports?
saying I'll get a mic since 2018.
That is true.
Still don't have one.
Can you imagine me as a sports broadcaster?
Yeah.
Way off on your stats.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Anyway, well, this, I've just been seeing on Instagram, like everyone's been posting about the NHL, like this day back in 1704, the Boston Bruins won the cup.
I know. How do you?
And
Yeah.
that's just been the thing. Like with COVID, like the social media has just the sports world has clinged to that as their way of entertaining people this day back in this time. And right now is the time where everyone was winning the cup. So it's like Instagram's lighting up with that, right?
Well, today PK Subban was traded for Shea Weber 1-for-1,
God.
and Hall and Larson were traded 1-for-1.
This was the beginning of PK Subban's downfall as of a character guy. This is when all the rumors started flying.
I thought it was a joke when I saw it. I didn't think it was real. PK Subban for Shea Weber. I was actually fired up.
That was a massive trade.
Massive trade.
Yeah.
And especially for you,
Nuts.
Piercy, being a Nashville fan, you see Shea Webb's hit go and you get PK.
Yeah. I know. It was like, honestly, like I was pumped to have Weber, and I thought Subs did sick in Nashville for a bit, but then
Subs.
his last. Yeah. Remember he got his tickets to that playoff game with Cincy.
Oh, that's right. With the
He hooked
Jets,
us up.
when we saw game 1 and 2 of the Jets versus Preds, that was sick, actually.
Yeah.
I remember getting an invite to that.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good. Remember we came by the house, but
Yeah, no,
that was fun.
I do. Yeah, I remember showing up at Brock's house and like begging him to come or whatever, but he like just didn't want to or something like that.
No, that was really fun.
Well, oh, he is so cute. Well, hey boys, listen. I mean, back to it. Episode 40. That's a lot. I mean, Brock, like you said, over 2 years ago we started this journey.
Yep.
We've had some unbelievable guests on. Okay, like I mean, if you've been following the podcast for a long time, you know that we've had Ryan Whitney from Spittin' Chicklets, Nolan Patrick, Philadelphia Flyers, Jay Onright, TSN for all of you Canadian citizens. You know who that is. New Jersey Devils players, top prospects, Brett Howden. And then we've had older guys, Dave Anderchuk from Tampa Bay Lightning, a Hall of Famer, and then, guys like David Nasser, campus pastor at Liberty, and, well-known Christian mentor throughout North America, all the way to NFL draft picks where we branched off to Antonio Gandy Golden, who was most recently drafted to the Washington Redskins. Boys, my question for you, through all of this, you got to have some favorite moments. Funny, whatever, good stories, whatever you got. Brock, I know I told you about this earlier, so you've had a little more time to think about it. So why don't we start with you, and then Pierce, you give us one of your favorite moments. But boys, we got to shoot the breeze a little about the last 2 and a bit years.
Okay. So I have a few honorable mentions. The first one being Devin going on Instagram Live and flashing off his body.
Was that 210 or was that?
That was a big Devin Pierce showing off his body.
Remember the days when everyone was praying for me to lose weight?
We were
I was
praying
like
for your
crying by
tits.
myself in my room. Yeah.
Yeah, you were catching some heat there on that Instagram Live. That was fun.
Yeah, you guys are taking me to Hay Cow every time after, and it's not helping.
Getting a nice velvet shake.
Oh, that's so
Such good memories.
Let's see. The next honorable mention moment would AGG. That was sick.
You
that
love
whole
that
interview,
one, eh?
I really enjoyed that one. Giving him the jersey and all the merch, that was cool. David Nasser also giving him the merch and kind of giving him a look at what the hockey team at Liberty is about, and kind of feeling like we changed maybe his opinion on hockey at Liberty. I thought that was a really cool moment.
That was sick. That was sick because we got to literally just give them jerseys and a bunch of gear after.
Yeah.
Too.
The video was at Nasser's. Yeah, that was cool.
Nasser.
You guys are freaking beauties.
Okay, my number 4 favorite Bo Show memory was, Bo, the moment that me and you looked at each other when Ryan Callahan started going into his Olympic story. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yep, I was about to say.
The helmet. Yeah, were you in that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
The fist bumps? We do the fist bumps all around.
Yeah, we would. Yeah, because we knew we got him going.
Who was he next to?
He was like the first. He was like the first superstar we had on.
Yes.
Seemed like he was opening up. That was a cool moment where we just knew.
Yeah.
It with us.
So, Brock, to comment on that. So that was episode 8 of the Bo Show. Ryan Callahan from the Tampa Bay Lightning, and you're exactly right. I want to say something on this. Just to expand, when we would be in the studio in Virginia when we were all together at school at Liberty, and someone would start opening up, like you said, Brock, and we knew we're like, boom, this people are gonna love this. They're gonna eat this up. Right? These stories. We would all get up out of our chairs and start fist bumping each other. I would mute the mics. Pierce would be dunking on this mini basketball hoop we had in there. Bro,
fall over in the chair.
Yeah, falling over in the chair. We'd be freaking out while he's telling this story. We'd miss half the story because we were all flipping out. And then that was just unbelievable. But yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. The whole Grim Reaper interview, loved that one. That'll be number 3.
Yes.
Having Whit was really cool just for superstar status right there. Number 1 hockey podcast in the whole world.
Yep.
Front runner of that one. And then
absolutely.
my number one Bo Show moment. I doubt you do. I've rarely been speechless, but I've never been more speechless than when Danny was giving play-by-play analysis of the World Cup of soccer. That blew my mind. And I'm on the laptop scrolling through the game stats where it says 1856 stoppage in play out of bounds. Nailed it over and over again. The entire World Cup, every single play, every kick, every player by name, referee by name, score by name. Even if he looked at that 10 minutes, studied that before he came in, he would not have known as much as he did. Impossible. Yes. So he was doing it off the top of his head. I've never seen anything crazier in my life. Number 1 Bo Show moment.
So that was episode 22, and it was literally, the episode's called Danny. And
you're talking about Danny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Who'd you think we were talking about?
It just hit me that we listen to this guy. We would see this all the time in the rod.
That was the first time
But
I'd ever met him.
Yeah, it's nuts.
And
And
here-
99 percentile in the world.
Here's the kicker for you. That turned into Brock's number one moment. Well, it was his 99th moment before then, because before the podcast, I told Brock, I said, Brock, like, we're gonna have this guy called Danny on, and this is like after we've had
Call
like,
Danny. It's his name.
yeah. We're gonna have this guy named Danny on, and now he was following up. That was episode 22. He was following up episode 21, where we had Curtis Gabriel from the New Jersey Devils, and that
Good
one
interview.
that one, yeah, that was a good interview. That one got around. That was like 3,000 hits. That one, or 4,000 hits, whatever it was, and in like that week, and we were following up with Danny, and Brock is like, Danny, like, is this just one of your, like, is this just one of your buddies that you're just like,
The psychic.
like, do you owe him something? Like, why is this guy coming on the podcast? Like,
I was
and
giving him a hard time.
he was, and Brock had no idea who it was. I was like,
I
he's just a
didn't.
student from Liberty, and
He'll tell you.
he is in the top 1% for best memories in the whole entire world. And he's a student at Liberty, and he just, like Brock said, just rattled off. You could ask him anything about what's happened in his whole life, and he knows everything, every single
The
thing
day,
he's ever seen.
too.
The
He-
days, yeah, like exactly. You could say, hey, what day of the week was July 20th, 2009, and he would tell
And
you.
he would tell you like Monday.
exactly,
Like literally.
And it'd be Monday.
Yeah.
He told
It
me.
doesn't make sense.
And didn't he say something about like how to get? Well, he told me like how I would get from my street. He's never been in Tennessee. Keep this in mind. How he would get from my street,
Yeah.
from like Tennessee to Liberty.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
tried to mess with him, and one of them I was like, no, like I was like, yeah, but I go on 440 West. He's like, east, and I was like, yeah. How'd you know that? Like that. He's like, I know all the maps and the systems. You cross over the Hudson, like that. And I was like, yeah, and he knew everything. He's such a beauty.
You cross over the Hudson.
Remember
Yeah.
you saw? Yeah, he's such a beauty.
So he's actually like, he's a faithful listener of the podcast,
Yes.
and subscribe. Like, he listens to almost every episode. We love him. He's actually messaged me a couple times asking when he can come on next.
Danny, we got to get him back on.
So yeah, maybe we can try and get him back on. Well, Brock, that's awesome. Pierce, why don't we move to you? I know Brock kind of took a few sweet moments,
Yeah, Brock just lit it up.
Sorry.
but I mean, yeah.
I thought you guys were gonna say, and Bo, you haven't gotten to yours yet, but your trip to New York City. I thought that would have. You guys had so many memories. For like,
hey,
I'll
you
tell
did
you
some
what, Bo.
NHL
I'll tell you
it's-
what, Dev.
it's
That's
coming.
an obvious number one.
Well, yeah.
That's the unspoken number
I
one.
can't even believe that occurred.
Oh my gosh, dude.
What?
The East Coast Electric Tour.
And that was like right after, like, again, after Chicklets took their West Coast wagon tour, or what was it?
Yeah.
And
that
so
was it.
and so we went on our East Coast Electric Avenue tour. And
Electric Avenue.
Electric Avenue tour.
No, that's
And
what you said.
Oh yeah, and we definitely gave them a run for their money for their West Coast wagon tour.
Yeah, we had a blast.
Yeah.
But Pierce, do you have
Okay.
what do you got?
I'll never forget the moment that you guys had me on as a guest, and then asked me to like officially come on the Bo Show. I was fired up, and we ate
that
at
episode
Hey Cow.
one?
Yeah, it was episode 1, and you guys were like, "Hey, just come on, like, and like we'll see how it goes or whatever." And like Bo shook my hand, like you guys shook my hand. I felt like I was making a deal with the Vegas Golden Knights. It was absolutely filthy. That was like number 3.
That's
Oh,
where it all began. That's where it all
Yeah,
began.
that's where it all began. Honestly, though, one of the funniest moments was when we're all nervous and Ryan Whitney calls in, and it's not recording. I wish we had it recorded so
I hated
bad.
this moment. I hated this moment.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe it. Like, me and Brock were cringing. We're like, no. We knew Bo was going to do it. He's like, caller number 1, you're live on the Bo Show. Whitney, what exactly? He's like,
He said,
I can't say
"Shut-"
everything.
He goes,
Yeah,
shut the up. He says,
Yeah, he's
I'm
like,
the only
"We
motherfucker
won."
that's calling into this podcast.
Yeah, dead silent for like 10
Yeah.
seconds. Then we're all like this. We're all like, is it just kidding, fellas? How's it going? Like
Yeah.
that. I was like, yes. It was sick.
That was so
So
funny.
he's talking
And
about
you guys knew that I was gonna say something like that. That I was gonna mess
we
with him as
knew
soon
it,
as he
but we
called
just
in.
didn't know how it was gonna land.
Yeah.
Like literally, like the plane was landing into the airport, and it just like couldn't land, and it came back up and flew up for a bit, and then came back down. And we were like, "Whew, thank God."
Shut the
Number
up. I'm the only
one.
mother that's ever calling in this
Yeah.
podcast. Just
Yeah.
kidding, fellas. What's going on?
Yeah. I was like, oh
And
my gosh.
Actually, Pierce, that moment was sick too, because he was literally upstairs in the Barstool building right before he recorded his next episode of Chicklets.
He said it was like a warm up, and he had fun. Like he really did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was sick.
Sorry. So number one.
Well, I said number 3 and 2, but I don't know. There's so many amazing memories.
Number one has to be number one. That
number one's got to be number 2 and 3 combined. I don't know. I'll think. You go.
So you actually don't have a number one.
I need to think. There's got to be one that's better than those two.
We'll just kick 3 up to 2 and 2 up to 1.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Honestly, those were some great moments. And honestly, I kind of forgot a couple of those, which is unreal because we have so many. I just had a few in no particular order. When we found out that Wit was coming on, that we found like this was when Chicklets was like emerging. It was flying. Like it was the number one podcast. Everyone was freaking out about it. And we had just got word that Wit was in and he was coming on.
Oh.
And go ahead.
No, I know exactly what we're talking about. And me, you, and Brock would always like come into the locker room for practice.
Yeah.
You're going to die. That's what we say when we walk away from each other.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, what's going on? Like, who do they have on? Like, everyone's kind of like trying to act like they're not wondering.
Yeah.
I remember that. I think I told Reynolds, or someone told Reynolds. Reynolds is like, no. He's like, he's not coming on to your podcast. I was like, you wait.
So that
I
was
remember
that was unreal because we literally we would walk in the dressing room and all I would do, we were at our dry stalls, we were getting naked together, and I would just walk by you guys and I'd slap you on the butt or something. And I go, you're gonna die, and then I'd keep walking into the dressing room, and you guys had no idea, you're freaking out, and then I eventually would tell you like, Wit's coming on.
Yeah,
that was a good moment.
That was a good moment.
A lot of moments like that.
Yes. And then honestly, the other one I had was just hearing the inside scoop. Like when we would have these NHL guys on, like finding out exactly what goes on in the dressing rooms. Like who runs the aux cord, who's got the biggest hose, NHL rookie parties. Like what exactly do NHL, like we know what junior rookie parties are like, and even like college a bit, but like NHL rookie parties, like I'll never forget the story that I think it was Howden told us with the Rangers. How
was it the fans?
Or
no,
sorry,
that wasn't the rookie party.
I think it was Nolan Patrick with Philly when he just casually said, yeah, we had a game in Vancouver, and then we were heading to Vegas the next day. So, and then after Vegas, we had a couple days off. So the boys just figured out Vegas is good enough for this year. We had a rookie party in Vegas. I'm just like, how do you say?
We're all kind of like, that makes sense. We're in Stony Brook.
Yeah. We're sliding on our bus down the freaking highway in Stony Brook, New York.
We're on I-81 North. We're on the Golden Road from Liberty that takes us to everywhere, whether we're going to Alabama or New York.
Leave Liberty at 7 a.m. Leave Liberty at 7 a.m. Get there at 6 a.m. the next morning to New York.
One of my worst. And this is really not much to do with the Bo Show, but it kind of does because what you're just saying. But one of the funniest memories that I have with Brock, it was awful at the time, but looking back was freaking hilarious. We both couldn't sleep because we almost died. Okay. It's 5 a.m. We're finally like getting to settle down. And we hear like that on the roof of the hotel. And they're doing maintenance at like 5 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. And we call them. And Brock has a video of me like screaming at the top of my lungs.
Say what Crooks said.
Yeah, Crooks. Guys, they have to do maintenance. And then I was like, I texted back. He's like, guys, just relax. Like, do the Christian thing. I was like, Crooks, do you want to go up there and grab a drill and help him? Like, I said that back in the group. I loved him, but like, I couldn't handle it at the time. 'Cause everyone was like, really?
Do you want to grab a drill and go help him?
Yeah, you want to go grab a jackhammer? 521. They really need help.
521.
Right above 421, me and Brock are.
Take my A.
Yeah, take my hey. I got a beer. I had a beer. I'm not gonna lie, I had a beer this morning. But I'm out. Take my A. I'm like, where is this going?
I'm like, oh, I had a beer this morning.
Little inside scoop to the best team in the nation.
Yeah.
All right. All right,
Up-
boys. Well, I'm headed to go see some former and current Liberty players at the Fricks household, which you know
Okay.
means I'm going to be eating grade A food tonight.
Your beauty.
Sherry
Scumbag.
Fricks, Sherry Fricks is in town.
Scary Sherry.
Hey,
She has the best food ever. You can smell it from miles away. I can't
that
wait.
sounds so good.
I need to shower. I hopped right on the pod. I'm thankful we've made it 40 episodes, boys. It's crazy.
Love you. Love you, Brock.
Okay, Brock. We'll see you next week, buddy.
All right, boys. Love you
Love
guys.
you, Brock.
Love
You're the
ya.
best. Have
Have some
fun.
roast
Tell
beef
Trixie
for me.
today.
See
All
ya.
right, I will. Bye.
Love you. Well,
All
there
right.
he goes. Now,
Beauty.
finally, just the beauties.
Oh no.
I was gonna okay. So honestly, though, like through 40 episodes, it's been unbelievable,
I know.
and the support has been incredible.
It's nuts. Like honestly though, like even with everything going on, fans and the listeners have been so good to us.
Walking around campus, I mean, you'd be playing in the rink, and you'd have a bunch of fans holding up podcast signs for us, making fun of your boobs if that was the biggest thing.
Mine, the donuts. Remember the donuts after the game?
Yes.
Oh god, that tasted so bad. There's like a piece of tape on one of the donuts. You
So
guys are shoving them in my mouth. You would have thought
So-
I was 800 pounds.
Yeah,
I'm 2'5", 6 foot, average weight.
so that's right. So after we won a game, Pierce and all of us at Liberty, we were making fun of Pierce on the podcast because, like he said before, he wasn't even. You would have thought he was 800 pounds, but he's not.
Yeah,
he wasn't
literally.
that fat.
Yeah, like literally.
So after we won a game, a bunch of fans threw donuts at Pierce on the ice. After we won,
And me, they did not throw donuts at me. See, the whole thing has been completely. The whole thing has been twisted. But anyway, we'll go with that. They're throwing out donuts at me after we win. They're mad at me because I just scored the OT game winner goal. Okay, continue. Wait, who's that against? Was that was not Ohio?
Michigan State.
Michigan State, you're right. That was a mess. That was a mess.
Was
So I thought MSU.
MSU. That's when they had Kyle Connor too.
I know. And you lit him up at center ice.
Was he good?
He is good, eh? Avi too. Avi dangled him. It was like a slow dangle too, like too slow to where it was good.
Yeah.
So good. I
Con-
love Frog.
Connor thought he was going to be moving quicker, but then good old Avocado just slowed him right down. Slowed the whole game down.
I wish Brock was on for this, but one thing I do miss is watching Brock circle the offensive zone during games also, but in practice, no one can get the puck from him. You know what I'm talking about.
I know
His
exactly
puck
what you're talking
possession
about.
is a 10 out of 10. 11 out of 10.
If you put Line A into a video and then you made him slow motion, that's what Brock used to look like wheeling around the offensive
But
zone.
it's gross. It's
But it's
unreal.
gross.
Yeah. He's unreal. I love him so much.
Yeah.
Black pants, midnight.
Hey, we're just putting him on the workbench. As soon as he leaves, you just put him on the workbench.
No. I love him so much.
The Black Pants midnight game. Hey, I want to talk about this. This is crazy for me. Okay, so moving on to the next thing. At 40 episodes, that's great. Reminiscing.
Yeah.
We're probably doing for 52. We're gonna start trying to get guests on. So with this whole thing, now that we're kind of settled in every Monday, we got the whole system figured out. You're on the brink. You got the mic right in your hands. Literally, it's in your hand. And you're going to be figuring out how to set it up this week. Like it's money. Everything's set up. Now,
It's ridiculous. I'm so mad at myself. It's not okay.
Last thing we need now is we need to get back on the guest train.
Yeah, 100%.
We need to get back on the guest train.
We've talked to a few, but we just want to give it's hard to
Exactly.
So what are we gonna have? Biz next? I mean, good grief.
Exactly. Right.
Little hint.
Exactly. Little hint. Exactly. Like, how do you follow up the guests we've had? You can't. So there's definitely some high pressure for us to pull through, but we're excited. We're going to try and work on some guests here and try and expand this thing, make it bigger. Yes. Okay. Now, speaking of NHL and speaking of guests, what do you think about this? Okay. Now with the NHL and different sports resuming, but specifically the NHL, okay, because that's just what we're looking at today. The positive COVID-19 tests throughout the NHL, okay? As of June 29th, which is today, Monday, June 29th, 1,450 tests have been completed. Okay, so about 1,500 tests have been completed, and there's 15 players. There's 15 players positive. Okay, and then also in the NFL, you've got a few notable names. Ezekiel Elliott was one of them to come down with COVID. And then the MLB as well. We'll see what happens in the NBA as they're all in Disney World. But I mean, my thought process on this is they're moving forward no matter what, and it's just kind of the new norm that hey, guys are going to get the C word. It's just a matter of moving forward and who's going to replace them. Isn't it crazy though? The guys are just catching it left, right, and like kind of like.
Crazy. I know. It's wild. Can't shut down the world forever though.
No, exactly. I mean, Brock was telling me, so when they went to go see you in Nashville a couple weeks ago, all of the bars and the strip in Nashville, like Broadway, is completely open. Like everything.
They have like certain rules and stuff, but for the most part, it's yeah.
But he said like they're supposed to be quote unquote half capacity, but apparently they're jammed. They're all just jam packed.
Yeah, it's some of them have gotten shut down
because
they're sending in. Listen to this. I thought I told Brock this. I don't know. They're sending in like random people. The government is paying random people to like come in and like check to see if like people are actually half capacity. And they've shut down, I think, 2 or 3 bars now, like big name bars have been shut down and given like large fines.
Really?
You're supposed to, from what I've heard, you're supposed to like stay seated at a table.
Oh,
not happening. Like, yeah, you're right. They need to, I don't know.
If I got a live band there and I'm in a bar, like I better not be sitting. I better be on my boots moving them.
Yeah. Literally.
Anyway, that's crazy. And then hey, listen, I don't know if you're an NFL guy, Pierce, but for everyone who
NFL's tight.
Well, for everyone who's wondering, because this is going to be most recent news, Cam Newton just signed with the New England Patriots. Crazy news.
Gross.
Crazy news.
I know.
So, I mean, I thought it was hilarious how everyone thought Belichick was going to sign a young quarterback, and then all of a sudden, boom, he goes out and signs Newts. As an absolute unit.
Newts. Good grief.
Anyway,
Crazy.
that's just kind of most recent sports news that I was looking through today. Nonetheless, Pierce, I mean, anything else going on? Kind of like any stories, anything going on in terms of just life?
No, I'm honestly kind of rattled about my mic. Like,
really?
To be brutally honest, I'm kind of shaken up about it, but we'll figure it out.
Is that getting to you?
Yeah, you guys tell me I'm insta disabled and everything disabled, and it's kind of like, well, good grief. But anyway,
today was your day to like prove us wrong too.
Yeah, I mean, I had the mic. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was gonna ask for help with it. I don't really need help, but I guess I do.
You know what the funny thing was too was how you were kind of like indirectly shooting off. Like you sent me a picture of the mic. You're like, like
like a hint, like calm before the storm. Yeah, I had it like set up with the computer. Perfect.
Exactly. You
calm before the storm like this. Ice is like completely like ready to go. The guy's out there getting the boards ready with the gun thing, and I'm sitting there. I'm ready to go. I'm like, yeah, it's just one plug in, and we're good. Nope, doesn't work. It's like you're trying to charge your phone, and they have the adapter and the charger. You plug it into the wall, and everyone's like, nope, you gotta have another port. Makes a lot of sense.
Well,
so that's where I'm at right now.
I mean,
but no, honestly, I'm pretty fired up. Our roller hockey jerseys came in. Our team is going to be absolutely filthy. We're playing in one tournament before we go to State Wars in Indiana. Everything's locked in. So I'm fired up about that.
For your roller hockey team, I'm trying to get a gauge of like what this is like. Like, would you guys take a bus there, or you guys all just drive yourselves there to Indiana?
PJ, private jet.
PJ. Okay, that was my third thing. I was thinking maybe like you with your new contract, like you just paid for it for the guys.
Yeah. I just threw like a mill, and Yeah, we're doing that. And then I think we may fly, depending on if we come in third. I think we're going to New York City. Second, we're going to Vegas. Then first, we're probably going to go to the Bahamas. So we'll see. No, we're driving up there. It's 6 hours from here.
Yeah, no, we're taking my mom's van.
Yeah. We're taking a Sprinter van. No.
So wait,
I'm
how
pumped,
many?
though. It should be fun. There's
That's gonna be-
75 teams in our division.
What in your
Yeah, it's
division?
nuts.
Not
Yeah,
even
and
in
you
the whole
play-
tournament, like
You
in your
play
division.
4 round robin games, and then they split it up into like 2 different. It's huge.
But it's
The
only
tournament's
the
gigantic.
U.S. It's only the U.S. It's not Canada.
This year, I think they're only doing U.S. I could be wrong, though. The schedule comes out July 20th. Figure out who we're playing. We're
'Cause I
probably
know-
playing like California the first game, New Jersey the second. It's probably going to be like crazy schedule, our luck. But we'll see.
then-
We got a good squad.
Yeah, and then
What if we are playing Manitoba? Manitoba has a team.
They do?
Where you're from?
Because I've been trying to think about guys from Winnipeg who rip roller, and
You're going to play.
I know, but I just don't know if I know anyone from Winnipeg who plays roller. If you play roller hockey and you're in Winnipeg or in Manitoba, shoot me a DM, let me know. Because I'd love to get into this sport. Apparently it's unbelievable. I just got myself some Mars blades too, been ripping those around.
Sick.
Got to get them
How are
sharpened though.
those? How are those?
They're good. I don't mind them. They're good. I've only ripped them a couple times. Got them on my old skates. I just like them better though now because it doesn't ruin your skating stride. So for me,
Yeah, I
going
know.
to play pro overseas, you know, with everything I want to do, I can't lose my skating stride in the off season, right?
Yeah, literally. What are you going to do? I mean, that's absolutely sick.
But yeah. So that's that. Hey, listen, why don't we wrap it up? If you got nothing else, I got nothing else.
No, all good. I'll have the mic ready for the listeners next week. Hopefully, this is
Good.
the last time I freaking say this. How hard can it be to plug one in?
Hey, that's a good question. I don't know.
But anyway, enough venting.
Good. Okay. Well, we'll see you next week, Piercy, with your mic.
Love
Good
you.
audio. Looking forward to it. For everyone listening, you guys can check us out on our website, thebowshow.ca. Okay. Go check us out there. We got all of our past YouTube interviews, YouTube videos with NHL players, CFL players, NFL guys, you name it, we got it there. Fun stuff. All of our podcasts on that site as well. Our Insta, please follow us on there. Give us a follow at The Bow Show Baby. That's where we post all of our most recent updates. And then, of course, our newest merchandise site, thebowshow.shop. Okay, that's thebowshow.shop. Okay, go on there, rip a pair of Gitch, get a pair of undies for yourself, treat yourself. Man, yeah. Dudes with the guys with the heavy meat, we got heavy meat proof Gitch just for you. All right, so you let me know. I'll pull the trigger for you. Hey, guys, in all seriousness, thanks again for tuning in. Episode 40. What a ride it's been so far. 40 episodes down, a ton more to go. We're super excited just to be getting this journey started again. I'm going to start working on some guests soon to try and spice it up for you. But until then, we'll keep you updated. Guys, thank you so much for your support. Subscribe, and we'll see you next week for episode 41 next Tuesday. Adios, amigos.